Hello, my dear friends, how are you? All of us are capable, talented enough. But despite all that, we are usually unable to develop, to progress, to prosper, and to achieve what is needed to be achieved. Why is it like that, by the way? And first of all, why are we unable to evolve ourselves into our own best version? That is the topic of our discussion today. And certain habits have been identified which are acting as our own worst enemies and have become the worst kind of trouble, hindrance on our way to development and prosperity. Unless and until we don't remove them, unless and until we keep a very strict check on all these, we will never be able to develop and to prosper and to achieve what is needed to be achieved. It will not be possible for us to evolve ourselves into our own best version. Certain habits have been identified, and these are 15 in number. All those 15 habits are very bad. Let's look upon all these and keep it in mind that these are our own worst enemies. First of all, it is the negative self talk. What is a negative self talk, by the way? It is criticizing yourself, and this section of criticizing yourself can hold you back. It does hold us back. And it not criticizing does not mean that we don't have to identify the areas for improvement or to identify what is needed to be changed in ourselves. That is very important, very important. But despite all that, most of the time criticizing us, it is totally unfair and it shatters us. So we do have to overcome the habit of criticizing yourself. Now the second habit, that is procrastination. Mean keep deferring the things which needs to be done. And actually it puts off yani putting off the things can lead to the missed opportunities. We will not be able to avail the opportunities. Why? Because we are a worst kind of procrastinators, and this habit of ourselves needs to be changed, needs to be rectified, needs to be overcome. And now, the third habit, which is the biggest hindrance on our way to developing a best version of ourselves, it is comparing yourself to others. Comparing yourself to others, and it is actually focus on your own journey. The right way is, the solution is to focus on your own journey. Now, the fourth major hurdle on our way to becoming the best version of ourselves, it is the excessive social media use. Excessive use of the social media. What is needed here is that limit comparison and minimize the distraction, because the social media actually it makes us keep comparing ourselves to others, which is quite a toxic activity. We need to control it, we need to minimize it, we need to minimize the distractions as well. Now the fifth such habit, it is the self doubt. And self doubt, I think it should be overcome. Trust yourself and your abilities. We need to trust ourselves. We need to trust our abilities as well. That is why it is important to overcome the self-doubt. Now, the sixth such habit, it is the fear of failure. Fear of failure. It does not allow us to make the attempts in a right manner. It does not allow us to make the attempts in a right manner. For that reason, it is very important that we need to overcome the fear of failure, and it can be done. View failures as learning opportunities. Viewing failures viewing failures as learning opportunities, it is very important, because the failure is a very nice, very important mentor, teacher, and a coach as well. So do not consider the failure the bad one. It can teach us, but nobody can teach us. So the fear of failure is totally bad. Now the seventh thing that need to be overcome, it is holding grudges, and let go of negativity and forgive. Let go of negativity and learn to forgive other people. But forgiving other people does not mean that keep trusting them again and again. That is totally absurd, and that is a self-destructive process. And it is important, forgive them once, but part your ways. Not to stay with that particular person, not to trust them again at all. So it is holding grudges which need to be overcome. And now the eighth habit which we need to overcome to become the best version of ourselves. The eighth such habit is lack of self-care. We need to take care of ourselves, and it is prioritize your physical and your mental well-being as well. Prioritize your physical and mental well-being. And lack of self-care is very bad. The most important asset I and you do have, it is we ourselves. So why not to take care of ourselves in a proper manner? Now, the eighth item which needs to be overcome, it is the multitasking, and focus on one task at a time. Focus on one task at a time to maintain the good quality on the one hand, and of course to maintain our own safety as well. So that is the eighth habit which we need to overcome. It is called multitasking. And now the ninth such item which needs to be over, tenth such item which needs to be overcome. It is the complaining, and stop complaining. Focus on the solutions and not stop focusing on the problems. Stop focusing on the problems. Instead, shift your focus from problem to the solution of that particular problem. And it is the complaining. Now the tenth item which we need to overcome, it is the excuses. Keep making excuses. No, stop doing all that. And what is needed is take responsibility. Take responsibility for your actions. So that is the stop making excuses. Now the 12th habit which we need to overcome for the purpose of developing into our own best version, it is the perfectionism. Nobody on earth is perfect. Our work cannot be perfect at all. But what is needed is that we need to focus upon improvement. We need to focus upon progress. That is enough. Now, expecting and demanding from ourselves any sort of perfectionism in any of the thing, that will not allow us to move forward at all. And it is now the 13th item, the 13th habit which we need to overcome. It is the overthinking, and that is quite bad. What is needed is trust your instincts. Trust your instincts and make decisions. Trusting your instincts and make a decision. Take a decision. And now the 14th item. which is needed, which is desperately needed to overcome. It is the lack of boundaries, lack of boundaries. And what is needed is set healthy limits, setting of healthy limits with others. So that is desperately needed. And my dear friends and fellows, now the 15th and the last habit which we need to overcome for the purpose of developing ourselves into our own best version. It is staying in the comfort zone. Staying in the comfort zone. That is our worst enemy. What is needed is challenge yourself to grow. Challenge yourself to grow. My dear friends and fellows, please remember, breaking habits takes time and takes effort as well. Start with the small changes, starting with the small changes, and work toward becoming the best version of yourself. So that is all for me today. Thank you very much.